Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it is time for a bench press day. But a quick reminder for those of you who watch these videos, please remember to click like down below. It would be greatly appreciated. All right, today for my max effort lift, we did bench press pinkies on rings, which is my baseline grip right now, to a pin, and I'm doing it off the number 8 pin, which is where I've been doing the pin benches so far with this grip, so that I can be consistent on tracking these. And I ended up going up to 320, which is 5 pounds more than I did last time on this lift, so we'll definitely count it. I came to a good solid stop on the pins so that there's no inertia. Pause on the pins, drive it up. And it felt pretty good. It was pretty close to a max. We'll call it a training max. It was above 95%, but it definitely wasn't quite 100%. I could have got a little more, I felt like. So I'm happy with that. And then afterwards, we went with 4 exercises. And I'm keeping this stuff basic. I'm doing my squat, bench, and deadlift days. I'm just doing some volume work with the classic lift after doing a conjugate style max. And then of course I'm working on back work. So I'm supersetting on my bench days. I'm doing sets of bench, supersetting with pull-ups, and I'm doing the hardest variation of a pull-up. I'm doing just straight pronated overhand grip. I'm going down. A lot of them I'm pausing at the bottom, which is again the longest range of motion I can get at the bottom. I'm not going to argue the point any further. So we did pull-ups, and yeah, I can't do many of these right now at this body weight. I've gotten weaker on pull-ups, so I need to build that back up, and I just superset them back and forth. So the benching, I'm just working with 225, doing 5 sets of 8. I'm trying to pause on every rep, and most of the sets, the very last rep, I try to take a nice long pause. Right, some of these reps are pauseless, and others I'm mainly just going until I feel it come to a dead stop. Some of them I'm pausing longer intentionally. But that's the idea. We're working these as main exercises, and then I'm looking at them and going, where are my weak links, right? Where are my weak links? So, on the deadlift day, what do? You see me doing glute ham raises and reverse hypers after deadlifting. All right, on benching, since I am doing pull-ups and I'm trying to get stronger at pull-ups again, I've hit some pretty high reps on pull-ups in the past when I really worked them all the time. But I do need to limit my volume on them because I am prone to overuse issues on them. But I feel like I'm kind of at that sweet spot on volume. If I just do them twice a week and I don't do them more than that, I don't run into these issues. So, again, with this variation, I'm only doing 6 reps. You guys see me do neutral grip, I can crank out a lot more. But it's also at a much easier angle. This really seems to work my rear delts and a lot of my upper back tremendously more so, at least in terms of feel. And I will be the first to tell people, feel isn't everything. It certainly isn't. But it's just so noticeably different. And biomechanically, we know these muscles are primary movers. But for me, I just feel so much more posterior delt activation, just upper back in general on a normal pull-up like that. So I like to do them, even if they're the most difficult one. I can't get as many reps. But we do 5 sets of them, so it does accrue volume, even if I'm only getting 6 reps, and I think I cranked out like an extra one on the last one. Even if I'm only getting that fewer reps, it accrues quite a bit of volume over 5 sets. And then I won't do them for 3 to 4 days again because I'm only doing them on upper body days. So the recovery is quite good. But I do like to do these supersets like this because, again, it is so efficient with time. We have good data on antagonistic supersets showing they do not impede performance. And I just feel like that extra pump in my back stabilizes everything better. Because my lats, because my biceps, my posterior deltoids, everything are pumped, they feel more stable on this rep work on the benching. Okay, it just feels more secure, more stable. I feel like I have a more stable platform to bench from. So it's probably useful in that regard, even if it's only psychological. So I'm trying to get stronger at doing just 225. I want to get the 225 to set 5 sets of 10 again, and then I can start maybe micro loading the weight up. But right now, because I'm not in a calorie surplus, any muscle gains are going to be very, very slow. So the progression may not progress a lot on these. But the thing is, as long as we're in the appropriate workloads and we're close enough to failure, and I am on these movements, that we're still stimulating adaptation. These might be really slow adaptation. Oh, and sorry this is coming up so late, guys. I had something I had to take care of this morning, something important that I needed to go do. So I had to go take care of that instead of training in the morning like I normally do. So I didn't even get to my workout till afternoon. So again, this is coming up a little later than you're used to. And then for additional work, what am I doing? Arm work. You know, I just need more arms in general. So I did, again, antagonistic supersets with lying tricep extensions, going all the way behind the head so that we do activate the long head effectively. And then I did supersets with hammer curls. Okay, supersets with hammer curls. And yes, I'm aware that my belly is full of watermelon. Making me look bloated. It's all good though, because a food baby can simulate a power belly. It's just nice on some lifts. But these movements will finish everything out. And I think that's kind of where I'm going to go for a bit, the benching. Let's just do lots of pause benching, you know, within my recoverable volume and frequency. Obviously, this is something I point out to people. They're like, well, you can bench 3 or 4 times a week. Not at my age, you can't. I wish you the best of luck with that approach, but it's not going to work. I can get away with twice, though. Get away with twice. So, doing that and then tricep work. Build the triceps. Use the bench to build the front delts, the pecs. To practice the bench. And then hammer triceps. Because they're the weak man out. They're the most left out muscle when we do higher reps. 8+ reps. There's pretty decent data on that. All right. Combining a tricep extension like this with a bench press. Again, look at the tricep hypertrophy studies. Gives you complete development. So it's just shoring that up. Same thing with the hammer curls. I had been doing straight bar curls, but the more I look at it, well, where are we potentially weakest on the pull-ups and things? Biceps brachialis grip. All right. Hammer curls will fill that role. And it's additional grip training for my deadlift. So I kind of rotate back around. People go, you flip-flop. No, I don't flip-flop. I rotate movements. You guys have seen me do, recently in the last couple months for bicep work, I've rotated hammer curls, supine grip, dumbbell curls, and then straight bar curls, in different phases. I feel the hammer curls are probably the best overall developer, just because they work other things in addition to the bicep more. I do like them. I think they're very effective for powerlifting purposes. And just creating that extra arm thickness, grip, extra grip training, all those things that are useful. It's just about getting good exercise economy. It really is. And you can build your biceps with a combination of hammer curls and pull-ups. Of course you can. Just that it works other stuff also, which makes it really efficient. Right? Makes it really efficient. And same thing, kind of looking at the extensions, the way I'm doing them. For a phase here, I was doing JM presses, and I'm a big fan of JM presses, and I may go back and start doing those in this slot again, but I just feel like my overall tricep and the long head and stuff could use more development. And there's a lot of debate in biomechanics and stuff about the long head involvement in different movements. This is a safe one that there's not really a debate about, and it works, so that's what I'm doing. But quite happy with today's workout. This is really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys next time.